Okay, so Cyntoia Brown just got released from prison. She was supposed to be there for life. I'm not sure how long she's been there, but she was released from prison after she murdered a guy, is what it was saying. But she was a victim of sex trafficking. And some man wind up murdered. She did it, and then they sentenced her to life in prison. The sun. Happy days are ahead, possibly. So, I just want to look generally. What is her life going to be like now? Because I can imagine if she did not get therapy in jail, she's definitely going to need it now. Because now she's been in jail and now she's back on the outside world, and like, what do? You just go on like nothing happened, or, she was convicted of murder, sentenced to life in prison. And that is traumatizing enough, but she was a victim of sex trafficking, of rape. I hate the word I hate the word sex trafficking and white supremacy because they sound like something else. White supremacy is idiocy. That's what that is. It's stupid. So, let's see. What is her life like now? What is it going to be like now? First card, the Five of Cups. There's some regret and some disappointment. Maybe this is just sorrow. Because I don't know if the murder was centered around. I didn't read the whole story. I just wanted the headline so that I wouldn't put my own spin on things, because that one kind of bothers me when I hear the word sex trafficking. And then, anyway. So there is some regret, some sorrow around, or some despondency. Maybe she's just in a headspace to where she didn't really know what's going on. An alternate reality almost. Six of Cups. Yes, it's regret. Because this is the past. This is nostalgia, so something coming back again. Memory-wise. So it's regret. She does regret either where she was or what she did. Maybe she feels as though if the murder centered around sex trafficking or rape, maybe she feels as though it wasn't worth it. Which is kind of twisted in a way. Like, you should never cheer on a person being killed, because that's bad karma. But when a person is raping another person, it's hard for me as a human trying to have a spiritual experience. It's hard for me as a human to say that harm shouldn't befall the rapist or the pedophile or something like that. It's hard to not say death to rapist. Like, you are like the supreme of violation is happening right now. And I can't, as a human, having a spiritual experience in this world, it is hard for me to say harm shouldn't befall you. But I guess you shouldn't rejoice in another person's death. But she's having regret on it, and I just wish I could just snatch the regret from her and say, don't worry about it. You did what you had to do. But like I said, I don't know if the murder centered around the rapist or not. But then there's the King of Wands. This is probably the person, because she murdered a man. So that is probably him crossing the situation, which is where her regret stems from. There's the Chariot. So she is free to move on. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. There's the Seven of Swords. So something is still holding her back. It is like they've stolen her life, which they have. Because not only was she raped, but she was convicted of murder. She was imprisoned. And she, in her mind, has been imprisoned for years or for life because that's what they told her. And now all of a sudden she's out, and now what do you do? The Seven of Pentacles. That is your Harvest card. Something built up, something she's been waiting for. Then there is the Lover's card. She is embraced, which is good because the world, someone on the outside or someone's on the outside, at least 7 people. So there's probably a family that has been waiting for this day. And there it is. So at least she has someone around her. I don't know if it's a biological family because she, like I said, was a victim of sex trafficking. So where were they? But there is someone, maybe it's a support group, because there is money involved here as well. So it's probably a support group for women. And then they are waiting for her. The fear is the Knight of Swords. She has a fear of men. That's supposed to be the chivalrous one. They're supposed to be the knight in shining armor. Literally, not just like the Knight of Cups, which is just seems to be the knight in shining armor. This one is supposed to be. This is the brave one. She has a fear of men now. Four of Swords is in the hopes, so this is the card of rest, rejuvenation, recharging the batteries. That's what she wants. 10 of Staffs, so there is a burden. There is something that is still weighing her down. This is more than likely psychologically. 3 of Pentacles. This is also, what do you do when you get out of prison? What do you do? Where do you go? Do you just go and apply at the next place and just hope they hire you and then start your life over and buy your house and a car and a little dog or whatever? What do you do? How do you start over? This is the work card. This is the apprentice card. So she's trying to start anew, but it will be burdensome. But hopefully, because this is just what's going on now, but hopefully this that is waiting for her will help her out. Your word of warning is the Empress. This is feelings. This has something to do with your emotions. Your emotions could get the better of you in the lonely hours, those hours where everybody else is sort of asleep because they think you're okay, and then you wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat and maybe a hyperventilation thing going on. That's what you need to watch out for. There needs to be someone, even if she thinks she's okay, something will trigger and she will not be just like that. Your word of solace is a world of possibilities. So the world is in front of you. Even though how do you start over is worrying you, you have the ability to do so. And this seems to be more of a godly thing than it is an earthly thing. Like, these are not people telling you the world is your oyster, go and get it, you can start over, it's okay. This is more of that small voice in the still of the night type of thing. So although your word of warning is your emotions, because emotions can cloud your spiritual clairvoyancy or your clairaudience. So as long as you can remain somewhat at peace in the hours where no one else is speaking, God will tell you, it's all right. Take a step at a time. We'll get there. That's what that's saying. So, the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Cups. You will have victory. Like I said, it is here with the Chariot. That's your triumph card. But you have to get rid of the mentality that the world has stolen everything from you. Even though it kind of has, but that will hold you back. I mean, we'll be real about the subject for a second here. Even though it was traumatizing, it is still something you'll have to learn to let go. That's why the Spirit comes in and says, step at a time, we will get there. Don't try to let it go all at once, but work on letting it go, because you have victory and triumph in the end with the Ace of Swords, and then there is you. So she'll be fine if she can find some peace. I didn't do the whole details of the story, like I said, because I just really wanted to focus on her. I didn't want all the rest of the story to come out in this, but she will be fine. That's really one of those let go, let God type of moments. We're praying for you.